Nice stuff with that good up. I should say, Louis did it in camp.
Ooh, nice one.
You want a critical evaluation?
Yeah, well, I got
Well, good. That way we
I couldn't carry a 2-minute bucket anyway.
Okay,
boy, but when you good songs now, and you go around singing, hallelujah, I'm a bum, hallelujah, bum again. Hallelujah, give the hand out, oh, revive us again. Only his voice kind of cracks in strategic places, you know, and he gets out of tune. That reminds me of Alan Merlin, you won't know him. They live right across the back from us there. And on his days off, you know, and he's working around outside. He's always whistling and singing, you know. Singing with all his voice, so he'll bring his old radio on, he'll turn it out the back, he'll turn it on full speed, and he'll be up on the roof, calling away and singing. Oh, it's good to see somebody happily singing away, you know. And he's always singing out when he's out the backyard working there, he's always singing.
I bet he's done his regular job.
Before Jerry went to service, when he was home and he'd get up in the morning and he'd hear Alan out back there singing and everything, he'd open the door and he'd yell, hold it down, Marilyn! Alan would say, hey there, Jared, you up? Come on over. Okay. I'm very cool, yeah.
I haven't seen Norland on this trip. I haven't seen Huff either. They usually used to always...
Well, I see, Alan is in the detective bureau now, and I guess Huff is right over.
Huff is he? Yeah, he's the one that came out 5 days after Ted shot the burglar to ask about it.
Oh, Lord. That's a good one. Oh, I'm going to tell Alan about that one. Yeah.
I guess Ted said, well, next time I'm not even a bot with you guys, I'll just take care of it myself.
That's why he's going around wearing his gun all the time, I think.
Well, the police, I guess, is pretty well hamstrung. And Ted doesn't feel he's very much hamstrung, so...
Right.
He hasn't
killed that guy. And it's just baby.
He said he would have if he realized... He said he would have if he realized the police would have been so slow about doing anything. 5 days later,
that guy ran like he knew it too. Yeah, you could still hear didn't put him in the heels or something. So yeah, that's just stopping. Yeah. I had to come up to the house or something, and Daddy was here, and so I was the first one Daddy told it to, you know. He said, boy, I got something to tell you, you know. And then he takes me in there. She sits in the bedroom and shows me the bullet hole over her window, you know, that he put in there. And I said, boy, if this is going to teach Susan a lesson, maybe seeing that bullet hole will remind her to lock her windows up, you know. But I got a kick out of how he stood there shaking his head and saying how he just couldn't understand how that guy could get out of that window so darn fast. He says he was holding the Venetian blinds and leaping through the window at the same time like a flash. He was just gone, you know. Couldn't understand how somebody could move that fast.
I think if I had a bullet chasing me, I'd move pretty fast too.
Up and out. I wonder if anybody tried to break into our place. Oh my God. I think we have a pretty hard time the way you guys lock yourself. We had our neighbor, she lived in the same building, and we had her, asked her to check on it, go make sure the doors were locked in once in a while and stuff like that.
But our landlord knows he's got our phone number.
Of course, she can hardly speak English. She's Japanese, and especially when she's excited, it's so hard to understand what she's saying.
Oh, I think she could get the word of the landlord one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
Assuming he's still alive. And he was assumption in himself.
Why?
Oh, he was laid up for about a month in the hospital with a heart attack.
Real bad.
Not about everything wrong with him. He had a stroke. He had a heart attack.
Talks about dying all the time. Well, we think good grief.
And he talks about dying even more than Kermit does.
Yeah, the other night at 9 on that Kermit. Yeah, he said, somebody said that to me, because oh, if I live that long, if I don't die or something.
Yeah, and someone offered him a drink. He said, I don't want to die in fast, you know.
Wow, there he is. Really obsessed with that idea.
Well, if he's that obsessed with it, hopefully so he's made out a decent will or something.
Yeah.
See the insurance.
Well, I get it for several years, quite a few years, but it's not, they're not so happy and stuff like that. Just seeing them together. They just never are together. Yeah, that's right. You see them at parties, and never, I don't think they ever did. I have never seen them. Oh, you're right. I don't know why, but it's yeah, she's really, got, when she had her hair all fixed real nice and, you know, makeup and everything, and looked real nice. A lot better than I did.
Ain't no New Year's Eve party.
So she just slimmed down, you know, real good in the last, oh, she's been slimmed down now for a couple of years. Yeah, looking real nice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I had a strawberry on.
Yeah.
There came to life after she started to work.
Pretty good.
Having more of an interest in it. I don't think it's just on one girl. That little Kathy with the damn knee. She always had for the breath. Yeah, and her looks. Well, she copied the boy. Well, she got no leader show her how to do it. And I think, well, that's everything. Find her out for the neighbors, whoever would take care of her. Oh, first the mother. Remember there? Oh, she's fading fast. Her grandma says she's lost a lot of weight. And she's still living down on Blue? She's just got it now.
Does grandma still like to go out and play Keno once in a while? Stuff
Well,
like that.
she really doesn't go much at all. She slowed herself down a lot too. She doesn't see herself starting a lot. Slow down a little bit. I didn't even know the Lord again.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
She looks tired from too.
Yeah, well, she peaks out pretty early in the evening now. A couple nights ago when she was here, she was fairly early.
Well, how old is Grandma? 80-something?
84.
83 or 84.
Yeah.
I think she did. But for a while. There was a couple of times she took it with you when we went to visit Grandma, and she'd start talking about the olden days, you know, when she was living there. She told me about her mother-in-law, you know, Lady Munson and all that stuff. She got it all on tape, and it was really interesting. But now, you know, if I got anything on tape, she'd have to know she was talking, you know, 'cause how can you hide a great big tape recorder, you know?
You still got those tapes?
Do you still have those tapes that you made?
Maybe.
No?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I've seen a couple of small tapes about a dream, about a reel that size.
Yeah, it really would be neat, because she gets wound up pretty good when she starts talking about the older days.
I don't know if I should let you
And
read
it gets
it.
pretty interesting.
I know how to handle
Speaking
that.
of old people,
I didn't listen to it, and then you can see that, just like Mission Impossible, 5 seconds.
I think one time I might have just decided to throw them away.
God, Janet. Oh, you're way
Shame on
Why
you.
not?
Why would I? I don't have anything to play them on.
Well, I know, but,
Why should I want to listen to that?
that's like throwing away Indian relics.
It's fun.
Well, remember how,
Well, they were, you know who they were from, don't you?
Well, not.
Well, Bob got 2 tape recorders. See, well,
Yeah, we know.
And he had one right
Anyhow.
Well, let's change the subject. I was going to say that, speaking of old people, Jean's mom and dad sent us 3 little, pictures that this 85-year-old man made back in York, Pennsylvania. And he made the frames for him,
Oh,
and
wouldn't
he
that
had
be
wood.
thing?
And, of course, personally, I don't paint that kind of stuff, but he painted, little
Two birds.
things for nature, like birds and little flowers and stuff, you know.
And it ended up pretty cute, but it's more interesting when you know that it was painted by such an old person. So there's somebody else that keeps active in their old age. I think that's pretty good. Yeah. And they look pretty cute on the walls and everything, you know.
Yeah, we're all sitting around here eating fudge.
I think his head was aching again.
I wonder why.
Eating chicken and fudge and candy and yeah.
God, that's awful. Mom has all her Christmas cookies made now. And
Yes, January 1st.
she made fudge today, and we just had some pizza of that. And she's got some Yule bread baking in the oven. What is it, holiday bread? Christmas bread. So we're going to dine on that later on.
And we're all going to sit around together and sing songs.
That's right, we haven't done that.
Right.
Picture. Photograph.
Cash it any old time, give it to her for $15, that'll about, or $16, that'll take care of the pictures too.
What picture?
What picture?
Oh, yeah, remember those little photographs you sent her when he was supposedly looking for a job?
Well, thank you, dear.
When he was looking for a job. Is that better?
That's somewhat there, yes.
You should have heard him, folks, when she told him that she bought some Christmas cards on sale, and she owed Mama $5 for.
The trouble is,
Well,
it's
half
not the
price,
she
that's
had credit
pretty
cards,
good.
so there's quite a bit of stuff more to haul back than what we figured on.
Can't just wait. And see what you got.
No, I'll give her the check now, or she'll never get it.
Well, what I'm thinking is, like, if we forget something, and they can ship it to us, and then I can just include the shipping in the check.
Oh, good Lord. Just give her the check now.
I said, Tim, keep thinking.
Please. Don't try to think of ways to spend more money. Just get
That's a month for you. They're right there.
I'm still thinking about that bargain, a nickel a card.
Yeah, my feeling is about twice what we paid for the first batch, at least this year, the 60 that Janet bought, that I got sent off to my
We got
relatives and
50
stuff.
for $1. God!
My God, I thought I made a good $5 for $1.
They were on sale, and then I went to another sale, and I got, they were $1 a box, $1 for 25 cards, and I got 2 boxes of those, that's $2. So we paid about $3 on the box this year. But I've already got my cards for next Christmas. Now if I make them out around the 4th of July, maybe I'll get them.
Well, I can
You
get
get
my
it.
cards, and I got just bought that. She got 25, no, 50 for $1. She must have paid $1 for that one alone.
Say, Janet, do you,
Yeah, I think she's talking up to
I think she
no,
was too.
she isn't. That's what we...
Well, that was a gorgeous card.
Well, I want you to know that those cards are on sale at $30 now. I think they're real nice cards.
Say, speaking of Christmas
That's
cards,
what I do
we still,
every year.
we still haven't sent one to the Van Camerons. If you called up Van and Mother, you have to get their address.
Okay, if you'll get pictures.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Sorry, I sent a Christmas card for you, Sharon.
I remembered it, but I've been busy all day long.
Oh, silence.
Well, now you're not busy. In 5 minutes, that Christmas bread should be ready. I'm going to take it out and ice it while it's hot.
Right, we're going to eat it.
Right.
Eat.
And it goes on with it.
Well, then now you can take the stuff out and ice it, and you gals can go looking at the pictures, okay?
Oh, if when I eat all those pieces out, then that's going to be a half a day thing.
You know what Sharon says? She'll say, thank God I'm not there because I'd have to take a be on a diet after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, Urban, I sure would be. But
Yes,
it's just breakfast for
Morning,
breakfast
noon, and
and
night.
lunch.
She's cooking for a while.
But I'm going to send her back to cooking some vegetables.
She's serious about her being on a diet, too.
No,
She's
you're
a
not.
cook.
I sure am.
Yes, she is, Janet. Now, doggone it.
Yeah, but that's
Sure,
sure,
why not?
cooking. He's going to have fudge.
Well, we
You're
get
gonna
snowed in
go out.
halfway, so we don't have some food with us, you know.
Right.
And
You want to have
quick
chocolate to
energy.
give you energy.
That's quick energy, because it's
Right.
already
Right. That way you can get back and push the truck out or drive.
Or you can drive over.
I can see that went over like a red balloon.
Yeah.
She's still sitting in cogitating about that, I guess.
Yeah, she's trying to think of an answer.
I'm just trying to think of what I would do with that fudge besides eat it myself.
You didn't.
I suppose Herb will take care of the other half.
I'm sure Herb will take care of his portion.
I'm not a piece of this bowl.
Yeah.
The people at work.
You're gonna give some to Paul just about the time he handed me a letter of resignation.
Yeah.
Kind of
But
sweetens the moment a little bit.
soften him up and then hit him with a letter of
It's
resignation.
really funny.
Give him 6
When I
seconds.
first told him that I might get to take this job, he just sort of panicked. He just sort of wandered around and just didn't know what to do.
It's so important around
I'm
here.
goddamn glad you was leaving.
I still can't figure why he puts up with it, Last time we was at a Christmas party and he was telling me what
be trouble. You wouldn't get any fudge from Janet.
he was telling me the kind of stuff she pulled on him, like the Friday
I talk
before.
back to him all the
Well,
time.
I'll be quiet.
Well, like the Friday before that Christmas party, he'd been out and he'd had a small glass of beer with his lunch at noon, and he came back in the office. As soon as he stuck his head in the door, he'd been drinking again.
I could smell the geese, plus he had that stupid grin on his face in the yard.
Oh, dear.
And then his wife says, "Oh, that's all right, Janet. You just keep it up." She's a teetotaling Baptist.
Oh.
She sometimes feels like living wild and dangerously. Then she orders a glass of ginger ale.
That was all she would have at the Christmas party with Paul's wife, was a glass of ginger ale. And Paul went around and he hardly sat with her at all, and he just got so drunk it was really terrible. What did you think the wine worked?
Yeah, well, he stood in the line for half an hour to get her ginger ale, and he forgot that and got 2 beers for himself.
I didn't dare go back then.
Oh,
No, he didn't
dear.
get that for a whole hour after he came and went to their ginger ale. Then he didn't get it. Then he didn't have it when he got back. It was really awful.
And I'm glad you're married to a studious teetotaler type,
Who won't dance. That is nice to hear.
Yeah, the
Oh,
city
yeah,
saying
get that thing going. You and me are
us Munson girls like to dance.
Yeah. Why can't you enforce that on your husband?
I don't know, that's good.
Well, you've done a pretty good job, too.
That's right, Dean did dance, didn't he?
Yeah, we danced about 3 dances.
That's about all there was. There wasn't too many
Yeah,
people.
there weren't too many people dancing. In fact, once we were the only ones dancing.
And besides, on one of my New Year's Eve party movies, we got pictures of Dean taking with me.
Yeah, that was one of
We're real
the better moments.
We got a picture of Jackie and her going back too, doing that stuff.
Yeah.
What's her specialty?
I don't know what you'd call it, but she was doing it.
Oh,
Well,
Kind of like a shimmy.
oh,
Oh,
wasn't
well.
striptease or anything like that. Well, yeah, Sharon's on that one too, isn't she?
Yeah.
So why don't we pick out a song to sing before the tape is over?
yeah, the tape's getting pretty short here. We better.
Well, Janet's got a solo on there already,
Yeah?
Sure, about Hallelujah, I'm a bum.
Oh,
But you don't. Oh.
I'll shut it off for you.
Well, we were just talking about how awful it was to have a 7-inch reel to try to fill it up and everything. Because it took us since Thanksgiving until now to finish up. Well, about 5 weeks, yeah. So, for heaven's sake, it took us that long, but don't take that long yourself to fill it up. Just fill up one side and send it back. That way we'll get our visits over with sooner.
right.
Everybody's talking about singing a song, so before they start singing the song, I'm going to sing one for Ronnie and Mike for a little remembrance about a couple of old cowpunchers down the Ozark Mountains that decided they'd have a little fun. And so this is the way it went. One fellow's name was Rusty Jiggs and the other's Old Man Rick. So here's a little song about him. says, way up high in the Ozark Mountains where the yellow pines grow tall, old man Riggs and Rusty Jiggs had a roundup late last fall. They took their horses and the branding irons and maybe a rope fork too, and they vowed they'd brand every long-eared doggy that came into their view. Says old man Riggs to Rusty Jiggs after riding up and down, I'm tired of cow geography and allowed I'm a-going to town. They turned around and started out, for it wasn't a very long ride, and those were the days when a good cow puncher could oil up his old inside. They started out at the old gin house at the head of the Whiskey Row, and he ended up at the depot house from 40 drinks below. They staggered out and they got their broncs and started on their way. To tell you the honest to goodness truth, those boys got stewed that day. As they were going down towards home, packing a pretty big load, who should they meet but the devil himself coming prancing down the road? The devil said, you cowboy skunk, you better hunt your holes, for I came up from hell below to gather in your souls. Now Rusty said, the devil be damned, us boys are feeling pretty tight, and before you get any cowboy sold, you'll have one hell of a fight. Old man Riggs was a good cowboy with his lariat tied up neat, so he punches a hole in his old seagull and he roped the devil's hind feet. They dehorned him with a dehorning iron, then while their irons grew hot, they rounded up a bunch of calves and they branded up the lot. They tailed him down and they tied him up, tied knots in his tail for a joke, and then they left him laying there tied up to a big black oak. Now if you're ever up in the Ozark Mountains and you hear an awful wail, you'll know it's the devil, a better round about the knot that's tied in his tail. How do you like that, Ronnie? Huh? See if you can play a tune to that later on. Remember, maybe you can sing me that one next time. What do you think of that?
Ronnie would love it, but these...
That's your old grandpa talking.
Oh, and she...
And Sharon will like that, because Daddy used to sing that song to us kids when we were little, too.
Yeah.
That was Auntie Kay, and this is Auntie Janet. And he sure did sing it to us.
Yeah, I guess I did. Well, they used to record on the piano.
Daddy used to play on the piano when he sang it.
We couldn't get him to play on the piano tonight.
You could have done it then, Ronnie would try to do that.
Well, I forgot how to
he can
record.
practice.
That's all right. That's all right. We're going to sing later on. Well,
I turn it off. And,
Well, real true, that's true, a lot of them are.
what?
Turn it on the TV and remember some of your dad's old stories.
It's on.
It's on.
Well, like one time there in Wisconsin, when they were all home, they lived along a place called Horse Lake, and it was about 4 miles all the way around. The road went all the way around it. And right across the lake was a fella that lived over there. He didn't associate with people too much or anything, but kind of a mean old bastard. And he had been kind of sick, so after the chores were done, supper was over, they all used to go out and sit on the front porch out there and in the evening where it was a little bit cool. And so my dad said that while they were all out there, they noticed a light coming down across the lake, coming down the road towards this fella's house, just going real fast. Boy, just like a car would now, but they never even had any cars them days. Back in about 1890, somewhere in there. And as soon as it got out in front of that fella's house, it shot clear way up in the air and it drifted off to the left. It disappeared. And then they noticed through the woods the light going again, coming real fast from that way. Just like a streak it is coming, and it got to the front of the house and it shot up in the air way up and it drifted off to the right again. And so they said, well, what can that be? And so my dad's father, he said, hook up the horses and we'll go over there. And that light made another run. And that time it just went right on up and disappeared. And he said, something's wrong over there. He said, I'll bet you he died. Or got killed or something. So they hooked up the team and they went around the lake and over to the place and they went and knocked on the door and the lady come to the door and said, oh, sure glad to see you. She said, my husband, he just died, not 10 minutes ago. And so they went in and helped her with him and everything. And he said they used to see signs like that. They seen things like that in them days. Just like Ma, she used to go to town with her mother in a horse and buggy. They only lived a couple miles from Dress Junction there in Wisconsin. And they'd go in and she'd sell butter and stuff and bring home stuff. And it'd get dark before it come home. And this one night they were coming home and the little, you know, the road goes up and down the little hills and stuff. And come up over one hill and there was a blue light rolling right in front of the horse's hoof. Rolled right on up the hill, right on down the hill, and then it disappeared. And they went down in there and they were up on top of the hill. Went down on top of the hill, a little blue light rolled in front of the horse's hoof, and right on down the hill and disappeared again. And so her mother said that, I'll bet you the little girl up that had been sick for some time, she said, I bet that little girl had just died. And the light just disappeared. Never seen it again. They was only about a half a mile from home, and they drove in and unhooked the horse and went in the house, and then later that night when they come down from up there, Tracy said the little girl had died about that time. They said they used to notice that them signs like that they'd see that nowadays nobody sees them or pays any attention to them or something.
No, you
Yeah,
don't
sure.
yell, not even I
I don't know what you say.
It's on.
Hello, Sharon and Jack and Ronnie and Mike. Okay, Mom, shoot.
Hi, Sharon and Jack. I hope you had a nice Christmas, and we sure love to see your two little ones.
Glad to see you too. Tell them who you are.
Al? People talk about yourself with the letter one call witness.
Judy. What would you call yourself? Judy just got back with Susan from chasing Mercy ambulances.
We're chasing the boys, not the ambulance. So don't get
Yeah,
panicked.
the ambulances aren't any good unless they have guys in them.
The right guys.
It's not me, so.
What does that mean? You mean you found your good guys?
One good, one bad.
Well, we
And a
better,
few good-looking cops.
we better end this out of tape before the two.
Does that sound familiar, Sharon? Ah.
Yeah, Jack. Go. Well, Jack, this is Gene talking. Today's the 26th of February, and we're finally getting this tape done. If you hear a little hum in the tape, don't pay no attention to it. I laid the microphone on the floor and picked up the hum from the refrigerator. So it's not your recorder, it's just a tape.
And this is Kate. And right now we're trying to compete with the music for Susan's new stereo, which she got for pennies.
Yeah.
No good stuff. Anyhow, it's a real pretty one and really plays the music. She's in there now, bobbing and swaying to her records.
Yeah.
And got a nice quiet evening here at Mom's. Of course, today is Thursday, February 26th. Naturally, the day after your birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jack.
Yeah. The stock market.
Gene kept
running
out to race his cars in the garage.
Yeah, I got my road race set all set up.
Yeah, I gave Gene an HO scale road racing set for Christmas.
Yeah.
Plus a suit and a bunch of other neat little things.
Yeah, me and Ray had worked on that road race set. Standing up there in the garage with no wraps on and no heater. And I thought the heater wouldn't work. The race road race set shorted it out.
Okay, here is Sharon's horoscope for January from Cosmopolitan magazine, which is the Lady Playboy. Yeah. Okay, Sharon's a Leo like I am. You Leos are the groovers. You think life should be fun, and how right you are. A new love is could start the year perfectly. Better watch out, Jack. You'll have a chance to be especially helpful to an older person who's been your friend. Look for the opportunity on the 7th, and for the return of your favor, yes, you'll be repaid on the full moon of the 22nd. Just because Leo, the sign, not you in particular, is partly responsible for inflation, you are likely to try to be more niggardly, in fact, stingy, right now. Something sparks in your career after the 20th. That's about when I'm going to start my new job. Use the confident feelings of the 2nd, 12th, and particularly the 16th and 28th to ask for a raise. All of you tend to be a little bit lazy and put things off.
Yeah.
Yes, you know about that, don't you?
Right.
You may find yourself rushed to pieces. Try not to fly apart. You'll find new energy after the 25th when Mars inspires you and your love life takes up. That's the end.
Sounds like a busy month ahead. Well, you and Janet.
Boy, Mama Susan really has ability of course, those people.
Well, I don't accept any responsibility.
What was it? Come in.
Oh, it's all that new love life and letting the old ones off the hook gently. I don't know. Wow.
Boy.
Remember, this is Janet. Remember, this is Janet's Playgirl magazine.
Yeah.
Girl Playgirl, Playboy.
It's cosmopolitan. I'm a Cosmo girl. Oh, dear.
Oh, what? You're going to qualify that as unbelievable.
That's the first time I've ever heard her really make out an out-and-out definite statement to that effect. But it's a good, healthy attitude. Kay's sitting here going to sleep for Ireland.
Kay's all dressed up in her silver dress and her rhinestone earrings and her silver. Well, she's got her silver shoes off. Well, we're sitting here kind of quiet and everything, and I've been working all day. It's just kind of hitting me all at once, the kiss.
I've been tired for the past 2 hours. I'm ready to go to bed anytime.
On New Year's Eve. It's only, what time is it?
5 to
It's
11.
nighttime.
5 to what?
5 minutes to 11.
Oh, we got a whole hour.
Yeah, last that
Another
long.
hour.
From next year.
I won't last that long. Why should I play it?
We couldn't have a big dance
Come on,
tonight
snack
because, like Dorcas said, she and Art were over at Russell Mary's last night too, at the same time we were. And like Dorcas put it, she says, Art just went and ruined the room. You know, that
On
nice big
purpose.
room where we had, where they always had New Year's Eve parties.
Yeah, he wants to save up his energy to go hunting in Arizona.
I don't know what he's saving it for, but he's saving it.
Which is
What is
well, that's what he was
the
doing today.
room?
He was hunting
Oh,
in
yeah.
Arizona today.
When Dorcas was staying for $60 worth of gas and so on, she got 2 quail and a license.
$60 in licenses, 20 apiece for 3 licenses.
That's almost as good as hers.
She kissed him.
Still being off there first.
Why, you love it. I got this bigger telling her, there, that'll make it all well, honey.
Well, I'll tell you, gosh darn, those Arizona non-resident licenses aren't much more expensive than New Mexico resident. $12
So it's hard making an apartment out of that.
I don't know. She didn't say, well, I said I suppose we made some money out of it anyway as a rental, won't you? Oh, I don't think.
She probably hasn't, probably hasn't finished it.
No, she didn't think it would ever get finished.
Gee, that sounds like
Well,
the
Art was
Charleston house.
talking about dying and everything last night.
Dorcas didn't seem to have hopes that anything good would come from remodeling the playroom over there.
I wonder what they're doing tonight.
I'll go to bed early.
Alright.
Probably Art is happy as a lark, but
This will be 1 year he doesn't have to stay up late for New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh, does he ever like that? I clean up the big mess the next day. Well, I don't think Art was too happy about it last year. He was pretty grumpy last year. But he was nice to every once in a while, so I really couldn't say for sure. I know he didn't feel well. What's wrong with him, Dick? Well, see, he's got a kind of a rupture in the upper part of his stomach. And I don't know if he has heart trouble or if it's just that, but it's kind of a combination. Anyway, Art has been sick off and on this year as well as last year. But Dorcas always loves to have a party. I think she's the one who
And she said, why hasn't Sharon gone to see Marilyn?
That's right, Sharon.
Yeah, why aren't you going to see Marilyn?
That was about the tone of voice she used, too.
Yeah.
And when Mary Nyland said something about having gone back east, she said, how come you didn't go to see Marilyn? She was...
She's got something kind of like a chip on her shoulder about it, I guess.
I wouldn't blame her. Yeah. Well, I told you hadn't been feeling well for the last few months, Sharon. So
But now, since you're all better, you say you better get over there.
now since you feel good, you better go see Marilyn.
Yeah, the pressure's on, Sharon. You better get going.
By the way, thank you for the that lovely card with the picture on of Ronnie and Michael.
That goes for me and Jean, too. So
Yeah, that's
cute
cute.
on there.
Yeah. And there was something else. Oh yeah, Louis brought over some Christmas money for Ronnie and Michael. And we're going to send that by off. And what else?
Thank you for the hat, Sharon. This is from Kay.
Yeah, thank you for the hat.
I've worn the hat you gave me, Sharon, and it's really nice. And that shirt looks real good on her, but you liked it too, and that's unusual.
Yeah, I've worn this shirt too. I've worn it enough so I had to wash it the day when I went to the laundromat. Or Janet insisted I wash it the day when we went to the laundromat.
Yeah, Ray loved cherry chocolates. He ate them all before he went to bed the night he got them.
I took them home and ate them all before I got them in bed.
Of course, we helped him a little.
Yeah. And I've been wearing my slippers really back and forth.
And that hat you gave me, Sharon, just warmed me up all over. You wore that to work today, didn't you? Sure did.
How can it warm me up all over?
Good.
Yeah, thanks for my blue shirt too, Sharon. Yeah, much of my blue eyes.
And then he's got some blue socks to match it too.
Yeah, right. And I got a pretty new blue suit, a pretty new gold suit.
Well, you're going to be pretty flashy. Oh,
Yeah.
gee, yeah, with 2 new suits. Pretty blue. I gave him a tie and a pair of socks that would go with the gold suit.
You know, we come back when me and Jack have to go out in town.
I got a pair.
You know, the night spots by ourselves.
Yeah, I was just
Boy.
thinking. Yeah, remember when you used to go see Wayne Newton all the time?
Yeah, that was Fremont.
Well, it was cheap. It was cheap to see the guy.
Now you got to pay a whole bunch of money.
Me and Jack, and who else was it? Joe?
Uh-huh.
Down there one night when they opened up at 8 o'clock.
Rotten old Joe.
And 5 o'clock the next morning, we're still there when they closed it down. Oh, boy.
You were there, stayed there till 5 o'clock in the morning?
We first seen the
Just to
first...
watch Wayne Newton?
No, we seen the first show that come on. Well, there's 3 or 4 acts.
Oh, yeah.
And we seen the first show come on, and we seen the last show go off. And we're still sitting there. Oh, boy. And the Jets, we saw the Jets. They're good. Kay saw the Jets one time, remember?
Yeah.
They're good.
That was really funny.
Yeah, I wish Jack was back out here again when we got down to Fremont.
I bet I wish he was here, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Everybody's getting so tired you won't be able to laugh till
Say, did we tell Sharon and Jack that Ted had done a good job on Lesta this year? Made up around 8.
Delicious.
The day that we came, well, we pulled into the yard here, and Ted came running out of the garage wearing an apron and a 6-shooter.
yeah.
He was working away on the left
And a
side.
few other things. He was wearing a few other things besides an apron and a 6-shooter.
Yeah. He had a shirt and pants on, so.
Yeah.
And a belt. And he was all set to make Lesta.
And he got Irv to help him.
So I got stuck turning the things, and Ted rolling them out. 10 pounds of potatoes. No, 10 pounds of flour and 15 potatoes, I guess. And I don't know how much other stuff.
Now that you've got experience, you can help me.
We came up with 80 lefses anyway.
And by some miracle, we got all the cleaning done. Janet helped me, and we got all that done. We got everything ready, and we had a real New Year's Eve party. Christmas Eve party. We're having a real New Year's Eve party tonight.
Yeah,
we
but
had
it's
so
not
many
sweet.
parties, they got all party now.
Yeah, Food
That was
City
true.
had a Food City had a Christmas party
Yeah.
a week ago Monday night that Gene and I went to. We had a real good time there.
Yeah, the guys.
And the place where I work had a Christmas party too. We had well, first they had a happy hour where you had to go, where you went and bought.
What happened?
Well,
What
Irv and I
happened?
were broke, so we didn't go to the happy hour.
Why did you have to have money to go to the happy hour?
Because they charged you for your drink.
Oh, they weren't giving it.
No, they weren't. They had been there.
That's the nice thing about our party. All the drinks were free.
Anyway, but then they had a free dinner, which of course, we went to.
You had a choice of ham or chicken
Barbecued
or beef.
ham, or barbecue chicken, or barbecue beef, and Herb was maybe so embarrassed when she ate it. He went back for about 4 helpings.
I did. Well, no, I took a total of 4. I went back 3 times.
And I was so embarrassed. He was the only one. Finally, my boss went back with the last time he went. I think just so that Herb wouldn't look so conspicuous. Well, Herb was probably hungry.
Well, you just
He acted like he'd been starved for a month.
Well.
Yeah, that sounds Janet. That's just the way he acted. But maybe that's his silent protest against the instant breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, I doubt it. He just made a hog of himself, that's all. Well, so he enjoyed it. I bet it was okay. He just wanted to get the most for nothing that he could.
Well,
Kind of
sure.
like Daddy.
Now look at this, at the mention of chicken and turkey and ham and all that. There's Susan and the chicken.
Oh!
Carving up the chicken.
Oh, so that. Hey, we are getting the good for some of the
There's
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah, you're not going to eat all the liver. That's all right.
She already did.
Well,
Yeah.
there goes all the livers.
Oh, heck, what's it?
Let her have all the tails
I like tails. I like little tail. I like little tail.
and.
Off the
Oh,
chicken.
how
Off the
awful.
chicken. Okay.
God.
Well, didn't you hear that though?
Did you tell them how we had oysters tonight?
Yeah, boy, those are.
I think you should tell Sharon and tell her about all that stuff we've been eating tonight.
No, better not to love
Like a quart of oysters and a gallon of milk and half pound of butter mixed together and heat it up.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's made by Janet and her.
Yeah, of course, before we got a chance to cook any oysters, Ted had to come out and inspect and try to
He
do
said
it
he's
raw.
really sick. And he said, I'm going to eat a raw oyster if it's the last thing I do. So he sat down and he ate about 20.
Oh,
And he even found a little tiny pearl in one of them.
So we don't know for sure that Ted chooses oysters first well.
Yeah.
And then we ran over potato chips that I made 2 kinds of chip dips and 7-Up and stuff to eat.
And we're all too full to take part of it.
And I roasted 2 chickens with dressing and potatoes all around them, and everybody's been too full so far except for Susan. She got inspired by.
She got her second wind.
She's got her second wind. She's going after. So she had two pieces of pizza before she came home. She did.
Good grief.
I might have all that. Good grief, Charlie Brown. On top of all the hors d'oeuvres and the oyster stew and the cheese and the toast and the 7-Up, the bubble up, the 7-Up, and beer, and the beer, and the bubble up. Didn't you have some wine too?
And the chicken.
Uh-huh. And
Oh.
where are you going after roast chicken and dressing?
No.
Don't get chewed through, so I might put it back.
I
Not
got it.
after you've been chewing on it.
Choose the best part and then put it back.
Yeah. Swollen stuff. I baked the Christmas cookies finally today on New Year's Eve day too.
Hey, David could be Janet right now.
Yeah, and boy, I sure ate my pillow.
Yeah, we got back from doing the laundry. We were really hungry, and boy, Herb and I both ate a lot of cookies.
Drank a couple pots of coffee.
Well, you're welcome to cookies, but you're going to have to clear off the table and make room for them. Oh, I don't want any.
No, everything's to dip into the...
What are you guys doing about the cheese you got sitting around?
Oh, yeah, we sent cheeses to Sharon and Jack, too.
Did you?
We sent box of cheeses to
Oh,
Sharon and
yeah.
Jack, just like the one we gave to Mama.
Yeah.
We gave a separate one to Mama and Daddy because we figured everybody would be here to help them eat it up.
Yeah.
Which they are doing. But anyway, the ones we gave Sharon and Jack are just like those that the ones we gave to Mama. Plus, of course, Sharon and Jack got the gingerbread house. I'm
Yeah.
wondering how that works.
Didn't you say there's something about
Oh, yeah.
the phone?
Oh,
Said it was...
yeah. Well, we sent a gingerbread house just like that to the kids in Minnesota, too. And they were eating it. So I hope maybe Sharon and Jack were finally decided to eat
Yeah.
theirs, too.
No, I would hope so. You don't just leave people sitting around and look at me.
Oh.
Well, if you did have some quiet roofs or chimneys or windows or something, you could always paste it together with some more icing. Okay. Well, Er's mother said, of course, the gingerbread house was mainly for the kids, but I guess everybody there was eating it.
Yeah.
And she said it was really a good sort of chewy molasses type of cookie. It wasn't old or large.
Yum.
Well, it better not be a little hard price to charge.
Yeah.
Oh, did you tell about Cindy coming down to Las Vegas and then over to Albuquerque to fly up to Las Vegas and Mexico?
Oh, Madison Irvin got a new car up there in Reno.
New Pontiac, of course.
Yeah.
Was it the Vaudeville or
So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
when Irvin went up to get the car, while
Or New York.
Ralph invited Madison Irvin to come up for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So they went back up there. They went back up there for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and when they came back, Cindy came with them and flew on over to Las Vegas, New Mexico to visit her girlfriends for a week. I guess Ralph was doing very well up there now because Cindy said he gave her so much money to spend that she was just shocked. She says, gee, I guess my dad thinks he's getting rich or something. She says, oh, Dad, she says, you shouldn't have done that. She says, I can't spend all that. Oh, that's all right, he said. If you don't spend it, you can keep it.
Boy, oh boy.
So she thinks maybe she'll get a new sewing machine. She's really happy. She's been lonesome up in Reno, so she was very happy to think of getting back and visiting her old girlfriends.
Yeah, she was just hoping they weren't going to have a slumber party that first night, though. You know.
When was she supposed to come back?
She's due back on Saturday, isn't it? Or Friday.
Friday or Saturday she'll be coming back through.
Christmas and New Year's both out of there, huh?
Won't she have to fly from here up to Reno then?
Yeah, she'll be flying Air West. She's got 3 hours out of the sun, out of the airport there, I guess.
Oh.
Between flights. Something like that. It's not too long.
Well, Susan, maybe you'll get a chance to see her anyhow. Susan was out gadding around with Judy Eagletop chasing the ambulance drivers.
Yeah.
So she didn't get to see Cindy.
Were they Mercy drivers?
Judy has made friends. When Judy was in an accident a year ago, you know, she made friends with a couple of
I didn't know
ambulance
Judy
drivers.
was in an accident.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Really? What happened?
Fractured ankle and then had to have
Oh, that was a couple of years ago now.
last year.
No.
Judy
Now, see, you
was-
never tell me anything.
I
Oh,
certainly did.
you knew about it.
I know, I never knew about it.
I
guess you just forgot.
Well,
Well, my memory is
yeah.
not that bad. Anyway, what happened to
Have a
her?
mental block.
She had a
Well,
real
I've heard about
bad fracture of the ankle from that accident, and it had to be operated on.
What accident?
She had a car accident.
With a bus. With a bus. Well, what happened? She went into it, or it ran into her. She was a passenger in a car with some friends of theirs over there, and she was sitting in the back seat. Didn't even see when the bus hit. It was over there off Paradise Road and was it Tropicana or Flamingo?
I'm not sure. It's up by the university anymore.
Yeah, and the bus was at fault, and it hit their car, and they were all hurt pretty darn bad. Judy was with some friends, and this one friend of hers, and his mother, and then a couple of her girlfriends, and they're eating. Right?
Yeah.
So she just hurt her ankle? Her ankle was
They
broken?
knocked her off, and her ankle was
And
The way
that's
she
how
acts
she
now.
gets these emergency ambulance.
Oh, it's healed up beautifully, but it took quite a long time.
It took a long time, but it's been good.
You guys never told us about that.
I'm sure I never, I'm positive that I've never heard about it.
I bet Sharon didn't hear about it either.
But you didn't know.
Yeah.
You told her about it now.
She didn't know before, she doesn't.
Tell me the Kleenex.
Well, it's just about 2 years ago, I guess it is 2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
It's about this time of year, only I thought it was around Thanksgiving time. Anyhow. Judy wore a caster for quite a little while on her leg after the operation. And she enjoyed the attention. She went to work, and everybody was so nice to her.
Yeah.
She missed the cast after it finally.
After she got the cast off, they started getting all the work back again. She was like,
after she had the cast off, she was the cast off.
You guys got spoiled there. Everybody was waiting around and kidding. Didn't cast off. Oh, she was joking about it
Anywho,
herself.
she made friends with the Mercy ambulance guy.
Yeah.
She had a couple other girlfriends that did the same thing.
So now they go out and they play tag. One of these days they'll get one of those and fight some nice dogs. Hope not. Mary Trenery was over to call the other day. I was out shopping and Janet was home. Janet, do you like to tell Sharon about Mary Trenery?
Mary Trenery has 4 kids now, all under the age of 5. And the latest one was born the 1st of December, a little girl. So she has 2 girls and 2 boys. Of course, the first one was a girl. So that means the middle 2 boys for us. So,
You
but
must be
she
back
just,
there with me.
but anyway, she, naturally didn't have much to say.
yeah.
Well, I mean, she talked a lot, but didn't say too much. Well, she, I guess, just meant stay home. Well, I don't know if she stayed home, but she supposedly taking care of her 4 kids.
Gonna have to.
Whenever she talked about the kids, she'd say, well, now we have 8. And of course, she meant her husband's first 4. In addition to their,
She's not taking care of those birds.
no, but she said, well,
Oh, she's got the gong to make it sound like she is.
yeah, she does.
Well, she's, oh.
And she says, oh, well, of course, the first 4, they stayed at Lorraine over in California.
Their mother.
Yeah, their own mother. And but we're supposed to have them twice a year.
Twice a year too much.
That's all kids can take.
Yeah. So, anyway, she's got the same shape that she always did and everything.
Still wears her hair pretty back tight.
Yeah, she said she was going to the beauty shop when she left here, but
Oh, man,
More
those
beauty
people gay.
Any one of the 4 kids doesn't have time to go to the beauty shop.
she had a babysitter. She said she had her other 3 with a babysitter. She just had to do the baby with her. She said, she wouldn't bring all of them on here. Old Muriel, she didn't say old Muriel. She said Muriel would have a fit.
Well, I lived through all the other times that she brought.
Did she bring all 4 of them?
Yeah, she brought all 4 of the first 4. The last time she was.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What were they like?
Oh, they were very nice, well-behaved kids. She kept yelling at them, but they were nice.
That's sort of when she said she left her, this is kind of nasty to say. When she said she left her other with the babysitter, I kind of thought, well,
Well, don't you feel a little bit uneasy about leaving them babysit?
What, did you have any message for Sharon when she was here?
Oh, just say one Sharon to write to her. And Tim. And Sharon should write to me first, though.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, I think there's a lot of hidden going on here.
John,
Of course, I'll have to write myself.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, I probably wrote Sharon a letter, too.
Yeah, and I know I already.
Same profession.
Oh, well, just take care of everything.
You know that felt right
What
before
a
we got
girl.
in that was just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herb. I was just, and then that stopped me cold. I was just going to ask you when did you last write a letter, and then I remembered when you did.
Yeah, you people owe us at least 2 or 3 letters. Yeah, we'll have to write it too, because you guys don't have a tape recorder.
Well, it's because they didn't make up 2 or 3 letters, so we...
Yeah.
No,
I don't think I convinced Janet yet.
No.
I was so darn busy though before Christmas, and I knew you were coming, so I just was thankful that you were in that, because I sure didn't have time to sit down.
Oh, we certainly didn't know what people was, and I never answered or anything when he said.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't you remember we talked together at Thanksgiving time?
Sure.
What's the matter with you?
Well, we didn't know for sure we were coming.
Besides, I think I wrote to you too. Yes, I did.
Your mother wrote some letters in the past 6 weeks.
Yeah, there was, yeah, one little note.
No. I better get more credit for that, because I never write just a little note. Unfortunately, I could write a heck of a lot more letters if I could limit myself to one little note.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Now we should catch her up with some news about Lorraine, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
When did they have that place about? It was on the 19th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the 19th, we were invited over to Frank and Esther's for an open house party held by all the Williams and their husbands, Donna and Eddie and Lorraine, minus wife. Lorraine is here to get a divorce. She's already getting it. And Frank and Esther, and I guess they all got together to finance the party. And of course I couldn't go because, as usual, Susan was working late, and your dad sat like a lump in the lawn and refused to go. By the time I got Susan home from work, it was too late, and she was too tired. I wasn't going to go alone. So Kay and Jean went, and they're the brave souls. They both worked that day too, but they went anyhow.
We had a good time, too.
So not
Hey, did you
that
hear anything about Beverly, Mrs. Crutchfield?
Yeah, we had a
Right.
Merry Christmas.
She got married.
Yeah, I know, but have you heard anything about...
Just a nice little note on our Christmas card.
Well, what did she say?
I can't remember.
I didn't get any card for her. Or says her a wedding present either. I didn't either.
I
I really
too.
feel bad about it.
We didn't even send her a card. We went and bought one, and Janet stuck it over way behind some other stuff, and never got around to sending it.
Well, her new address now is Pomona, the same as her folks, so they must be getting pretty close to her folks' business.
Oh, well. The card didn't go to waste. They had a cousin get married earlier. So I'm very excited for him.
Well, how about Kay and Jean telling you about the party, Frank and Esther's party?
Yeah, tell them about it, Kate.
She didn't tell about it.
Tell them about the party, Kate.
My
How many people were there?
Rough. I can't talk all that good.
Who was that party?
I don't know, Frank and Esther and
Donna and Eddie.
Donna and Eddie.
Mabel and John
Yeah.
Julian.
And there's some other people that look there.
Oh.
Lorraine.
Yeah. Leanne and her friend, her girlfriend that she
Leanne
shares
have a
an apartment
boyfriend?
with. I guess so. I
I
don't
guess
know.
so. She was just by there for myself.
She shares an apartment with a couple of other girls.
Where's her apartment?
I don't know.
What does she do?
Oh, yeah, she's a telephone operator at the telephone company.
Now, I thought that was it,
And the last time I said that, he says, "Oh no, that's not
Who
Leanne,
said that?
that's Donna." See,
Who
that
said
was you.
that? No.
I knew that.
Donna's a PBX operator at the International
That's right.
Hotel.
But Leanne is.
That's all I would
Donna
say.
is working with a little girl. Oh.
Yeah.
But Leanne is also a telephone operator now. She's finally got out of the Kentucky kitchen.
Yeah. She works at the telephone company.
Oh, it's a little different anyway.
And she's looking real good too, I might add. She had her teeth fixed.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And she looks real good. And the other girls look real good too.
Well, the other have some boyfriends around there.
Probably do. Oh, Victor?
Well, the other girls I met were Lorraine and Donna.
How old's
We thought you meant.
Donna and Eddie's little girl? About a year old.
Oh, about a year. Over a year old.
She's real cute too.
14 months old.
What does she look like? I've never seen her.
No, did you see the picture of that, Eddie? Did
She
you see
looks
the
a little
picture?
like Eddie.
I think she looks a lot like Donna.
Yeah, she looks a lot like Eddie.
There's a distinct resemblance.
There's probably
That
50-50
little
there,
face.
right?
There's a mingling of traits there.
Yeah.
Oh, which is Donna is not. In that respect, she's not like
Yeah.
Eddie. Didn't you say that Donna and Eddie were going to buy a house?
We're gonna have one built.
That takes money. Why are they going to do that?
Donna's working.
Oh, they can't get that much.
Well, do you forget, they're living in that house.
They've been living rent free, haven't they?
Well, Eddie's been making a house payment from that place. But it's not going to be too long now before the house will be all paid off.
Wow.
Only they're getting fed up because his dad criticizes them supposedly about how they fix up the house or if they do anything to it, he doesn't like it or something like that. So they got tired of it and decided instead of hanging on that house, they'd save up their money and have one built somewhere. Like our high
Did you see about the rate of interest going up too?
Yeah, it's going up to what, 8.5% for FHA and VA loans both.
No, FHA is going up to 9%.
Is it?
Yeah.
And VA 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Say we got another Christmas postcard from Tito Rodriguez and his Sharon too, and I think they have, do they have 4 children now?
Yes, it's 4. I counted.
Yeah, and
They're
such
really
pretty
big.
little kids.
Yeah.
And we got Bonnie's wedding picture too for Christmas.
And she's a beauty.
Long account of her wedding.
I get up here and have
That
some
should have been in the
sandwiches
Christmas,
with
you
my
should have
beer.
come across that in the Christmas cards, Janet, when you were putting those cards.
Yeah, I did.
That could be.
Well, I didn't read it.
What'd you do with the Christmas? In the envelope. I wanted your kids to read the cooking of the wedding.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Oh, we're gonna eat it now.
Yep.
Potato chips and Fritos, a couple kinds of dip and a glass of beer.
Nice cold beer.
Fergus, first Susan and then Irv, and maybe after a while the rest of us will have room for something more too.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little on the skinny side, Jack. I'm getting too skinny, Jack. I'm going to eat more.
That oyster stew really filled me up.
It wasn't the stew that filled me up, it was the oysters.
Ooh, gee.
I can still feel that one I had going
Can
down.
you just jumping around down there?
It's the memory. Slithering down.
I had 4 of them. They were good.
Well, they're very easy
They're good.
here.
Kay had a little hard time getting them.
Oh, mine's slithering down real good. I must have.
Did you see
Well,
this card I gave Mom? There's Paul.
Telephone too.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah. There's very fun issue. Somebody walked right on my foot. I'm sorry.
Mine's classmate was at my too. Really good. And yours?
I bet you don't know that.
Okay.
Happy New Year, Grandma.
Oh, Grandma.
Oh, it's Grandma calling.
Grandma's calling. Well, I guess I better turn this tape over. A little bit closer
You
to
need
the
to
end.
fill the one whole time?
Yeah.
Mom and Ray and Susan are listening in too while I'm trying to say these few sentences. But I believed that we had to put something on here to tell you when we taped it and why. So, here goes. Now, this side of the tape, side 2, was done Thanksgiving evening, 1969. And we were all up here at Mom's and Daddy's house. And the reason why you're going to hear this crowd talking and visiting back and forth is that Cleta Johnson, our blind cousin, got married early in the fall, and her new husband came down. It was kind of like a little wedding trip, sort of. And one of the other things that they were going to do is the next day after the visit you hear on here, there was a reception that we had from the family for them at Marion's house to wish them happiness. And we all gave them some nice gifts and had a real nice time. But now, getting back to the tape, there's what you'll hear after I'm done is some real cute hunting stories that Daddy and Elva are telling. And so here goes. Elva and her husband Chuck Moss, Cleta and her husband Jim, and Gladys and Irvin, and did I say Moss? Oh, well, okay. She's Mrs. Jim Fisher. Anyhow, the whole bunch is up here, and we had a real nice visit. Even Gladys and Andy Anderson were here with Gladys's son Dan. He was visiting also. And then at the reception, which I'm going to say a little bit about right now, all the cousins on the Munson side of the family that are still living were together. Vi and Wilbur Munson happened to be visiting in town at the same time. And so there was Daddy and Gladys and Wilbur and Ryan and Andy Anderson. And they were all together. So it was a real nice time of the year. We all enjoyed each other. Now, here goes for some good hunting stories.
Went up to the mine and by gosh, there was his bear, so he packed this bear with he had a little trouble with him, packed some more on his back, and he had to beat him with a stick and everything and get him go down the trail, and when he got down to the cabin right there was his own bear right there laying on the He didn't know what to do with that bear then.
Well, Mr. Garrett's brother shot a mountain lion. This is up near the Utah-Idaho border. And there was 3 fellows went up there hunting deer. Well, these 2 fellows was way over a couple of ridges and nowhere where they could hear him scream or anything. But they were hunting deer. And he seen this big mountain lion. And he thought, oh, that's the biggest son of a gun I've ever seen. He says, well, now the boys won't believe me if I tell them I've seen it. So I better shoot him. So he shot it, and he says it started coming right toward him. And he says he kept shooting, and it kept coming faster and faster. And he says he was right there by a big tree, and he says I couldn't stop it. And he says, by that time I'm getting so scared that my gun was trembling. And he says it got within how many yards of him when he says, well, it's my life or else.
Just a few feet.
And it was just a few feet, and he shot it right through the heart, and it dropped.
Oh.
And he said, never again would he shoot a mountain lion unless someone was around, because in case a gun would jam or anything, a bullet wouldn't fire, he said it could mean your life.
Well, they can't climb trees, can they?
Well, sure they will climb trees.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
goodness.
had to look down
One of
at the
those
tree.
wildlife pictures up south and right on the book press when these guys come out. There was nothing about them. They were tracking them alive, the zoo. Did you see that picture?
No. On TV? Was it on TV?
Those had these wildlife pictures.
Wildlife
around the country,
pictures.
you know.
They go to schools
You
and
want to
everything.
No.
They were out of these dogs and they trees, these